The tremendous power of human thought is with us all. It is wasted because we do not know how to concentrate and direct it. It is worse than wasted because, through ignorance and lifelong habit, we work our mental batteries in the wrong direction. Prentice Mulford, Gift of the Spirit, 1898. A caged canary is a delight at times, but this, delightful as it might be, could not last. In artificial spiritual conditions, you would be as the caged canary. You might become entirely dependent on your comfort. You would be as the bird fed artificially, and through being so fed would lose all capacity for feeding yourself, because in such condition your own spiritual senses would not be opened. The time would come when you would be obliged to return to your original state. You would so return weakened by an artificial life and training, as a bird is really weakened by its artificial and caged life, and with your capacity for living and growing healthily retarded. Here is the cornerstone of all successful efforts in this existence or any other. Never in thought acknowledge an impossibility. Never in mind reject what to you may seem the wildest idea with scorn, because in so doing, you may not know against what you are closing the door. To say that anything is impossible because it seems impossible to you is just so much training in the dangerous habit of calling out impossible to every new idea. Your mind is in a prison full of doors, barred to all outside, and you are the only inmate. All things are possible with God. God works in and through you. To say impossible as to what you may do or become is a sin. It is denying God's power to work through you. It is denying the power of the infinite Spirit to do through you far more than what you are now capable of conceiving in your mind. To say impossible is to set up your relatively weak limit of comprehension as a standard of the universe. It is as audacious as to attempt the measurement of endless space with a yardstick. When you say impossible, and I can't, you make a present impossibility for yourself. This thought of yours is the greatest hindrance to the possible. It cannot stop it. You will be pushed to hang back as much as you may. There can be no successful resistance to the eternal and constant betterment of all things, including yourself. You should say, "It is possible for me to become anything which I admire." You should say, "It is possible for me to become a writer, an orator, an actor, an artist." You have then thrown open the door to your own temple of art within you. As long as you said impossible, you kept it closed. Your "I can't" was the iron bolt locking that door against you. Your "I can" is the power shoving back that bolt. The material mind thinks matter, or what is known by our physical senses. This is the mind of the body which thinks that its physical senses of seeing, hearing, and feeling constitute all the senses that we possess. But the higher mind or mind of the spirit knows that it possesses other senses akin to those of physical sight and hearing, but more powerful and far-reaching. When you entertain any idea and say to yourself in substance, "Well, such a thing may be, though I cannot now see it," you remove a great barrier to the carrying out and realization by yourself of the new and strange possibilities in store for you. You've listened to the words of Prentice Mulford, a wisdom memo saying that our spiritual growth can be caged with artificial limitations. We may become like a caged canary losing its ability to feed itself, but consciously rejecting the idea of impossibility and instead believing and acting in ways that all things are possible unlocks our true inner potential. We have two minds: the material mind which limits our perception, and the spiritual mind which embraces possibilities beyond our physical senses. Remember, believing and saying "I can" opens doors to previously unimaginable possibilities and achievements.